Warning, this show is not for the serious or sensitive individual. I repeat, this show is not for the sensitive or serious individual.
In other words, if you sensitive, do you a favor, definitely do me a favor, and get the fuck from around here, player. Yeah.
There goes the neighbor. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighbor. There goes the neighborhood.
Welcome, y'all, to There Goes the Neighborhood. We are here today with the guest from the Middle East. We call her MsCarpet. MsCarpet, how you doing? Thank you for joining us here on There Goes the Neighborhood. It's a pleasure to have you.
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
So how's everything going?
MsCarpet.
How's everything going in the world? How's the love life? How's the sex life? How's the whatever other freak shit life you into?
Everything is pretty good, honestly.
Okay, that's good.
Can't really complain about much.
That's good. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, on this show, we speak about any and everything. You heard the warning in the beginning, so please take heed to that warning. That's serious business.
Yes, please do.
Okay? Because what we're going to start off with, speaking about at the moment, what I want to ask you is, talk to me about how it feels. How is it growing up a horny Arabic woman? Please, let's let the audience know. What's the daily activities of a horny Arab woman?
The daily activities of a horny Arabic woman, it's this.
Well, growing up.
Other horny women. Growing up?
Yes, we want to know growing up.
Well, I mean, growing up, I wasn't allowed to date, so I had to sneak around, and I did what I had to do.
That's, typical.
On the low, so yeah.
A lot of women go through that, not having any Arabic or Muslim culture. But
maybe a little bit more so.
No, definitely.
Depending on culture and or religion. But yeah, it was annoying to an extent, but I understand. I understand why it was like that.
All right, so me and MsCarpet, we go way back. Good friend of mine. We have a lot of stories with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I can sit here, and when I call her a horny ass Arab woman, I say that from experience. Obviously, information that she has given me through the years.
and I don't offend easily, so it's all good.
Again, you can't be offended easily on the show. If you are, then this ain't the show for you. All right, it's just that simple. Laugh, people, laugh in this world. We're here for laugh, love, and forgive. All right, but growing up, now you're like the black sheep of the family because you're the hornball. All right.
Mm-hmm.
How were you looked upon by your other Arab friends, family members? Did they know, maybe they didn't know you were fucking like that, but did they, all have an idea?
Why are you making it sound like I was fucking everybody and their mothers?
I'm only stating that, you started at a good age. You started at a very young age. So for you, it was you were a little more experienced than the others. So, therefore people might have looked at you weird.
Well, I mean, also you have to keep in mind too, it's not like I gave out all of this information about myself and, told everybody my business and all the details. People aren't stupid.
Yeah.
When I had a boyfriend or,
you weren't out there.
I'm still to this day pretty much like that, pretty private, even if I am still a hornball. So, it is what it is. I don't know really what they never expressed to me what they thought. And to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't have given a fuck just as I do now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't really know what they thought. I mean, one of my siblings said that I got I was a little loose at one point in my life, and I just whatever.
Loose. So,
But I don't care.
so I mean, I do know that you love variety of men. I'm not saying variety at one time. I'm saying variety as you don't mind if they're white, black, Spanish, Martian, whatever the fuck they are.
Martian. I haven't fucked a Martian yet, but
You don't know that.
who knows?
It's possible.
You
Maybe
never
you
know.
did.
Well, this is
Maybe,
true.
maybe you
Maybe
did.
I did. Who knows? Knowing some of the people from my past, who knows?
Well, you have,
But
we spoken before, and you told me
mhm,
that you actually had a white guy that had the biggest dick that you've ever slept with.
correct.
Which I was surprised at the time because I know how you always like your men, right? You always like them
How's that? How's
you
that?
like them on the chocolate side. You like the chocolate man. Like I knew that. So that surprised me because I felt that you know that you probably been fucking ran by a couple of fucking horses in your time.
You're fucking hysterical.
But
Listen, but yes, it is a true story. The biggest cock I've ever seen in person was on a white boy. I mean, I don't think that that's so like far-fetched or unheard of. You know, I think everybody has this thing in their heads like that black guys have the biggest cocks, which listen, a lot of them do have humongous penises, but they're not the only ones.
No, definitely not.
And
We know
it's
that.
not
I mean,
always
not
about
that,
the
not that I
size
know that,
either.
but you know, I watch
Don't
my share of
put
porn.
yourself down.
I've seen
Don't put yourself down.
I've seen some huge cocks on porn, man. So you
Yeah.
know, and I won't put. I'm not putting myself down. Like I've got I'm pretty how to say I'm pretty comfortable in my own skin if I
I
may.
got you. You may.
So let's go to what was like your preference though of men growing up, like, you know, in your teenage years. I mean,
I
did
would
that
say
change like throughout your
honestly,
life?
yeah, I think, you know, I went through different phases. I never really have had like a specific type, you know, where some people are like, oh, I like, you know, tall, slender, whatever
Gotcha.
kind of man, or, you know, I have like some girlfriends like they only date like black guys, or the opposite of that, which is fine, you know, to each his own. But me, I never really had like, oh, I only dated like Puerto Ricans, or I only dated like Arabs.
I don't blame you
No,
for that one bit though.
what, for Puerto Ricans?
Yeah, you were a smart young child.
Well, that was when I was young. My brain wasn't fully fucking developed
That's
yet.
when you were
So
fucking a genius.
now that I've gained some wisdom through the years, and I've wisened up a bit.
Listen, let me speak for my Puerto Rican men out there, man, because I feel like we got such a bad rep that I don't get it. It's either
Who has a bad rep?
Puerto Rican men.
How? What do you mean? With regard to what, though? It depends on what you're about to say. What is it?
There's a variety of things I could say. Number one that we all play is smooth talkers. That's, you know, probably been one of the biggest things that I've had to deal with as a Puerto Rican man, you know, date on the dating scene. But besides that, we would get that, you know, Spanish men. Well, Spanish men in general. I'm not gonna put this just Puerto Ricans, but Spanish men in general are supposed to be very jealous.
Well, listen, stop. Cut your shit out right now, all right? Hold the fuck on.
Okay.
Because really, at the end of the day, listen, this is across the board for any ethnicity or race or whatever. But with regard to like Latin men in general, yes, depending on what country or island or whatever they're from, there's a stereotype typically that goes along with it. That doesn't apply to all of them. So if that doesn't apply to you, then who cares, right?
Yeah,
but
very
generally speaking, yeah, certain Latin countries.
Uh-oh, you're going out.
Yeah, they're. Who, me?
Yep, there you go.
I'm not moving.
Now you're back.
I wasn't moving now.
Yeah, I think that your lip might have been sticking out your mouth and you was covering the microphone probably. But go ahead.
You're a dick. So anyway, yeah, where a lot of them are known to be cheaters and whatever, but they're not the only ones. But since we're talking about Latin men, yes, it is true to a degree. That's not the case for all of them.
All right, but we're not going by percentages right now. Let's go by what's happening in your life. In your life, what has been your experiences with dealing with white men, black men, Spanish men, and Arab men? Let's give us a little breakdown of what you've dealt with throughout your life.
All right, a little breakdown. I would say.
And if you want to throw a Chinese man in there, go ahead. Throw a Chinese dude too. That's
Well,
fine.
actually, there was one that was half Chinese, half Puerto Rican. Does he count?
Depends on what he's looking like. If he's looking more Chinese, then yeah, I would count that.
I mean, well, he did look more Asian, but not his penis. I'm just saying. No offense to anybody Asian. I love you.
Okay,
Asians
that's the Puerto
and
Rican
stuff.
side of them. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so anyway, but yeah, I would say for my own experiences. Shit.
Your tongue's sticking out your mouth again.
Oh, how about now?
Yep.
Is
there
it
you go.
back? Am I good?
Yeah, you're back in.
Okay. So with regard to like cheating and stuff, I mean, I don't think that it was, just one ethnicity or specific type of man that ended up being a cheater of some sort. But I would say that the majority of men that I've dated or had intimate relations with throughout my life most of them were some kind of Hispanic, Latin, or Middle Eastern. I think that was like the majority. More so like the black guys, I would say, was more when I was younger. And the white boys kind of like scattered throughout. Especially when I was younger, like
All
for
right.
whatever reason.
So put them in order of assholes from least asshole to the biggest asshole. Let's go.
That's hard.
You got all right. We got four, right? We got black. We got white. We got Spanish, and we got Arab. No. That's not. Let's not. No. Just listen to the damn question. There's four of them, right? I just pointed out four. Give me the order that they belong. Who goes as probably the least bit of an super asshole? Which race?
White.
Okay. Let's go right to the top. Who's the fucking biggest asshole?
Ooh, that's
and this is only in your experience. Again, we're talking about.
I know that, but listen, there's some competition with some people.
But right now, who's the biggest?
I would say Middle Eastern, just one or two people in particular.
My Puerto Rican people. Okay, we doing well. We ain't the worst.
Yeah,
all right.
You're not doing
who's
too bad.
next to the worst?
Black.
That's what I'm talking about. Us Puerto Rican people are nice people. We're nice people, man.
Number two. but nobody ever said that you guys weren't nice. Listen,
it's like you said though. It's the fucking luck of the draw sometimes. Let me tell you. Some women deserve what the fuck they get. Let's be clear. Because some of these women, and I speak to you guys, like, if there's some of you women that are listening now that fall into this category, and what I mean is that you're continuously choosing the same kind of dude. Like, if I see you guys on social media posting your problems, saying like every other week there's some kind of problem you're posting.
I don't know why people are doing
this.
That anyway.
This you gotta look in the mirror and say, what the fuck am I doing? Right? Who said that? I think Cat Williams said that in one of his comedy skits, right? Like, you're the problem. You're fucking with I ain't shit niggas. Stop choosing that same path. Right? Understand. Don't if you're having trouble with fucking with guys around your block, guess what? Don't fuck with no more guys around your block. Okay, go somewhere else where you can find somebody else. Maybe that has better morals, that actually might have a career, that actually cares about people, right? That'll actually take you out on a date before he go buy a pair of fucking Jordans. You know what I mean? Like, think about this shit. Change what the fuck you do. Sorry, I really had to get that off my chest because
all right, that's good. I mean, does that shit still apply though when you're like above a certain age? I mean,
it does because you know what? I know women now that are in their 50s and they're still doing the same dumb shit that they've been doing since they were 20 years old. Like, it fucking bugs me out because I can't quite understand it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But look, to each his own. That's my advice to it. You know, like.
But listen, sometimes you just have stupid bitches.
Oh, absolutely.
No offense, stupid bitches, if you guys are listening.
And that's what they are. No, that's what the fuck they are. That's what they are. If they're continuing to make the same fucking mistakes, then yeah, there's a point that you gotta say, I'm a dumb bitch. I'm just a dumb bitch. That's it. And y'all know who y'all are because y'all say it all the fucking time. I know I got plenty of women that I speak to that say I'm a dumb bitch. I'm a stupid bitch. And they know it. They okay with it. They understand it. But break that because y'all could be so much better than that, man. For real. Like, life is amazing. Life is beautiful. Like, find that beauty in life. Find that happiness in life. There's nothing like it. I promise you.
Maybe all they need is just a little dom in their life.
Oh, man, that's what y'all need, some dom G in your life, you know? And then I get it. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing what I do. Because hopefully there's a few people I'm going to be able to, reach out, grab that hand of yours and say, live this motherfucking life till the wheels fall off. Like, rock and fucking roll forever. Whatever the fuck you love it. Do it. Don't be afraid to make a fucking jump in life. Like, don't. Right? That piece of shit motherfucker you got in your crib, kick him the fuck out today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Tell him get the fuck out right now. Tell him get the fuck out. You ain't got money for fucking bills. Don't worry. Somehow, some way, those bills will get fucking paid. I promise you. I don't know how it's gonna happen. But if you don't worry about it, it's gonna happen. Money. It's gonna happen. Trust me. If I had it, I still wouldn't give it. But that's not the point. All right, but let's go to the anal Muslim community. We want to talk about Muslims that are into anal. All right, because this is first of all, I mean, I know you're not really, I'm not religious. You're not very religious when it comes to that, but with your family, friends, or whatever. Do Muslim women do like the ones that are very religious? Do they shave their ass?
I don't. Well, listen. I'll say this. In general, Middle Eastern people, a lot of the women, not all of them, obviously, but yeah, they do a lot of hair removal, whether it's waxing or shaving. Okay. Yeah. I mean, because from when they're young, a lot of them start doing sugaring at home.
What is that? I'm sorry.
Sugaring, it's kind of like waxing.
Okay.
So they start that whole process when they're younger. A lot of them do. But I think, more of the ones that are here and born and raised in America, they start like shaving and doing all that kind of stuff. If you're allowed to shave, because that's another issue. But when you're little, when you're younger, I should specify when you're younger. So the older ones.
So like the real religious ones aren't like there's some that are not allowed to shave?
No, I'm saying like when they're younger, like when you're a child or a teenager, like your mom's not going to let you shave your legs, But but the older women, like, well, it's not terrible.
Let me speak out. Let me speak out 1 second to like the hairy women out there. Like, shave, please. Like and I'm not talking about just in your vaginal area. Obviously, that should always be well maintained.
Yeah, you're a dick. First of all, I gotta cut you off right there. Okay, shut up. Number one. Number two. Okay, you have to also clarify that this is your personal preference because nowadays
you're right.
Like a thing.
You're right.
Nowadays, okay, with the younger generations growing up, all they know and heard and have seen are like all about like Brazilian bikini waxes and stuff like that. And that wasn't really the case so much 20 or 30 years ago and before that. But depending on the age group now, things still, I'm not saying to not groom. You need to groom.
Let me tell you a funny story with that, right? When we were younger, I'm gonna call. Nah, I can't call his name out in the air. But
Don't do
you
that.
know the close friends that I'm with, and let's just say the crazy one that we all know,
Uh-huh.
right? He was messing with this girl. I had a girl that I was messing with, and he came down and hooked up with her friend, and
Oh God.
he, he, something looked off with the girl right from jump, right? Something I wasn't his type. Let's just put it that way. But he is who he is. He's an animal. It is what it is. So he tells me, that they did their thing, and that she had a fucking bush down there. So
Okay.
he said that he went down on this girl, not realizing she had the bush.
Okay.
So I said, hold on, you didn't you didn't do the finger test first? Like you just said, fuck it, I'm diving in. So he said, yeah. He's like, fuck it, I'm just going. I said, all right, you're brave. You're braver than me.
Yeah.
But anyway, he goes there. So he says, all he fucking remembers is just feeling like his face is stuffed in weeds. Like he couldn't find it with his tongue. So I was like, you're a nut, like we're cracking up on this story, Dip. But every time we would see this girl after that, well, not the girl, but every time we saw Drew, oh my bad, I almost spilled his name. Every time we saw this girl, we would all yell out because her name was Barbara. I know I can't.
No more storytelling.
Her name was Barbara. So every time we would see her, and Drew was around. Oh my bad.
You have to edit that.
I gotta finish the story. I gotta finish the story. So every time, fuck it, we already know his name. Every time we see them around, and she came through, we would yell out, Barbara Bush.
Oh no! You guys are terrible.
Barbara Bush. For you guys that don't know, Barbara Bush, remember
That
she
shit
was
is funny.
the former wife of the president, George Bush. So we would always yell, Barbara Bush.
That was
I'll never forget that one.
really good laugh. That was from the heart.
That one hurt.
Woo!
That one hurt a
but
little bit.
seriously though, listen. Quick convo on like fucking pubes, especially like when you're a young female. And listen, let's not sit here and act like, okay, since we're talking about women, I'll stick to women right now. But when you're younger
Women
and stuff,
and
like
anal
you start,
activities, that's what we're talking about.
Oh, right, okay. Just I know, but I'm going back to like the pubes and the hair. Since you
Anal
start talking about the
Olympics.
bush.
Ooh, that would be dope. We start an anal Olympics.
Butt sex is great, by the way.
Because you know how many tricks like these women do now with anal shit? They do so many tricks. There should be some type of Olympics created for that. That'd be dope. But again, I'm sorry.
Well, maybe you can create something and put that
I think
together.
I might. We get enough people here watching, get the views up. I will bring to you an anal Olympics.
All right.
Open for both genders, men and women. If you're good with your
There you go. There you go.
Hey, it is what it is. Go for the gold medal.
There you go. All assholes will be welcome. So
I just won't
anyway,
be watching them all, though. I won't be watching them all.
Yeah, you will.
I guess if you do some crazy shit, I'm gonna have to. Yeah.
Yeah, you would watch it. So shut the fuck up. Anyway. Excuse me. So anyway, so the whole anal thing. So yeah, a lot of them, I'm sure that they do have their ass cracks shaved or waxed or whatever. But at the end of the day, listen, you might have an issue with hair, right? I don't like hair myself, but there are certain situations or with certain people or circumstance or whatever where sometimes it doesn't bother you, depending on the texture of the hair or length or whatever the case is.
I fuck hair. I don't like hair.
All right. Well, no.
I
Who
can't stand
cares what
hairy
you like? This
arms.
isn't about you. This
I
isn't
don't.
about you.
I
We're
don't.
talking about in general.
I don't like hairy arms. I don't like hairy.
And
And then the
stop it.
ones,
And
those of you that got
also,
the beards, like cut, like come on, stop. You see the
yo,
beard,
first of all,
like you can
stop
see it
it.
in the mirror. Get rid of it. Come on.
Okay, but it's sometimes, listen, you also know that women go through things, their bodies.
No,
So
I get it.
sometimes, okay, exactly. So it's really hard for some women. So you
What's
have to
hard about
always,
it?
you know,
To get rid of it?
what do you, yeah, because if you shave it now, let's just say you're shaving it. If you shave it now, you're going to feel the stubble. You're still going to feel the fucking stubble. So if they're having like some kind of hormonal issues going on
I
in their
guess.
body,
Yeah, you're right. You're
that
right.
makes
All right.
that happen, it's really hard to control. So
I'm
that's like
sorry,
for the
hairy
handful
woman.
of people.
Yeah, I guess my apologies to
So
the hairy
but
women.
also you have to keep in mind there are some men that like hair on women, believe it or not. And some women, not that I'm one of them, but some women are okay with leaving their hair on their bodies. Whatever, to each his own. So yeah, but the whole anal thing, the anal Muslims or anal Arabs, whatever you were
Hmm.
calling it.
So,
Um,
so you know how we was I was telling you about the fucking crazy people that enjoy bees being by their genitals. That's like
yeah,
So I found out what
yeah.
it's called. It's called melissophilia.
Okay.
Melissophilia. That is those that don't know, it's people that enjoy. There's places that you can go and let go of bees around your genital area, and
Ooh,
people
that
are
sounds like fun.
turned on by this. Like this is like a sexual desire. I could tell you right now, like I can't I can't please you if that's the extent of your status. Like that's just we spoke about this before. It was like just let me know early because I don't want to be with you for 3 months and I'm open and I'm telling everybody about you and then you just hit me with that out of nowhere and tell me I want to go to a place where they could put bees in my pussy. Like, don't do that to me. You know what I mean? Like that shit would break my heart because I'm gonna look at you totally differently. And I get people have different fetishes.
Look at you judging.
It is what it is, but the moral of the story is be real when you first get into a relationship, okay? And no, I didn't have a woman that fucking told me she wanted to have some bees down there. So for those of you that might have thought that, but that's in fucking insane.
I want to see that.
Insane. I would love to see that my damn self. I
I
won't
want to
lie.
see that shit.
I won't lie. Maybe we could put that in the anal Olympics. That'd be like one of the side things.
Yeah, okay. Have a bee fucking sting your anus.
Another one that they got, which is probably your people. I'm assuming your people are the ones that
My
started
people.
this.
Okay.
Because this is
Okay.
it's called hold on, let me pronounce this right. Formicophilia. Formicophilia. That is when people love insects to crawl on them and bite them. This is a sexual desire. A sexual
Listen,
turn.
anything that you could think of and anything that you've never thought of and
Insects.
probably would never think of is a fetish.
Oh my god! I
There's a
trust me,
fetish for
I seen
everything.
what like these things are just fucking incredible to me. But it goes to for me, right? And I'm asking you, and I'm telling you about these fetishes right now. Someone that enjoys that. Are you looking at them differently?
No.
Really?
Somebody like in conversation, I'd be like, yo, that motherfucker is off his rocker, but I don't care. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
I mean,
you want to put bees on your fucking
Yeah.
nutsack or on the tip of your dick? Have at it. Have fun.
Well, what if that's your?
I don't.
What
What
if
do
that's
I
your
care?
man? What if your man? That's your man. He's like,
All right. Well, I
this is
want to
what-
see that shit. Let me do it. Let me
But
get
see,
the bees. I'll put them all over your
I
shit.
mean, we spoke about you and your variety of shit, man. So you don't fit that criteria to answer this right now.
But no, honestly,
You would
okay,
like that
okay, yes,
shit,
that's
you
true.
fucking
But
crazy
listen, I
ass.
also do have my limits. I mean, I'm
It ain't the
open
bees.
to the majority
The
of.
fucking
I'm
bees
open.
ain't the limit.
You're a dick. I'm open to the majority of things within reason. There are a few things that are of no interest to me, and I don't care to experience them at all. But things that I haven't experienced, and I'm not saying that bees are one of them, I wouldn't care to have a bee sting my clit or something. I am not interested in that myself. But yeah, it would be a little weird. It would be a little weird, but I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I can't talk to you anymore because you want to put a bee on your dick.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever fucked with like a dude, well, have you ever had a one night stand, put it that way?
Well,
let me take that back.
Recently.
Let me take that back because it doesn't even have to be a one night stand. Let's just say in general, maybe a guy you've been talking to for a few weeks or a one night stand. But a guy that fucked you and then just never called you again or picked up your phone calls. Have you ever had that happen to you?
Hold on, I gotta think back. This is like many years. Hold on a minute. I'm sure that it has happened where, I mean, something happened and then you just, neither one. It was from both ends. I didn't call and I didn't reach out, and that person didn't reach out.
You just don't want to look like the punk right now. You don't want to admit it. I get it.
No, asshole, because I can't even think. Go fuck yourself. I would say it.
I get it.
But I'm really trying to remember. I'm trying to remember.
I want to get a variety of women on that question. And find out how does that make them feel? I mean, because obviously you tell a man that, a man's gonna be like, shit, I don't give a damn, like, whatever, I had sex, shit, that's a medal for us. But
yeah, I mean, listen, I will say women, this.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I did have someone that I was hanging out with. I started dating. This was years ago, and I thought everything was cool, whatever, and then the motherfucker just disappeared on me, and I didn't hear from him until like a year later. Like we were hanging out for quite a few months. Mm-hmm. Well, actually more than a few months. So, I mean, it's something similar. I wasn't really like big on one night stand kind of things. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you meet somebody, and like you get along, you hang out a few times, you hook up, and then it just kind of dwindles away.
Got it.
And it's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, yeah. I know I've had my share that I've done that in my past. Where
you're Puerto Rican, it's to be expected.
But I'm trying. See, I want women to know in general, like, it's not always we don't always mean it in a bad way, right? A lot right now. I know a lot of women are looking at me like the fuck out of here, you full of shit. But I really mean that. Like, not all the time that's the case, right? Because sometimes we have a great vibe with you. Like, let's say we've been talking for 2 weeks, and we're just getting to know each other. The vibe is amazing, and we're cool. And then we finally, link up. We have sex, and at that point, we might say, like, look, damn, I'm not really into her like that. But we know as men that you're really into us like that, right? So it's sometimes.
But how do you know that the feeling wasn't mutual?
What happened?
But how do you know that the feeling wasn't mutual?
Well, sometimes it could be, but I'm saying, but most of the time, I mean, you'll know, right? Because they'll start calling you, and you know when a person is still interested or not interested, like you know that. So it's like sometimes we just know that you might deserve better, like if we vibing with you like that. Like, I know I've had that situation a few times growing up, where I just felt like you deserve better than me, right? And me,
deserve better than me, so I just disregard you and don't contact you. That sounds like a pussy way of dealing with it.
Absolutely, 1,000% pussy way of dealing with it. But we're young men. We don't have that kind of bravery. It's hard for us sometimes.
You're not men yet.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely. We're not men yet, and it's hard for us to articulate those feelings. So the easiest thing for us to do is say, let me just stay away from her because she does deserve better, right? Us knowing ourselves, like me, I knew me. So I knew, like, I know when a woman was feeling me and she had strong feelings towards me. So I was a little afraid. Like, it was easier for me to break a woman's heart that way, being a punk, really, than actually speaking to her and telling her this isn't for me. I'm not, whatever the case was, So, so with that said, it's just
actually, hold on, I just thought of someone. Yeah, I did. I thought of someone who just fucking disappeared. Now, I didn't actually get the chance to fuck him, although I did kind of want to, but whatever. But I hung out with him.
So he was kind of like Dom G status.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. But, we spoke a few times and then we hung out a couple of times and then he just fucking, I guess he ghosted me, disappeared, whatever. And when I called him to see, cause whatever, just anyway, he didn't fucking answer. He didn't respond to text message. So I was like, all right, well, fuck off.
Yeah.
What do I care? My feelings weren't hurt. I was like, all right, dick. So that did happen to me, but I hadn't even slept with him yet. So I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah, that's I mean, because I've done that also. It's like sometimes for whatever reason, maybe just the vibe ain't there. All our energies can't combine perfectly. So that's just facts. It has nothing to do with.
And I think also with in his case, I think that I don't know, there was something about him, his whole, just everything about him. It was very like old schoolish mentality, but he was kind of like a show off kind of guy, but not in a,
so you got that little
it wasn't like an in your, yes, kind of, but it wasn't an in your face, like, hey, I'm showing off, look at this. But like, I think he also maybe got that vibe, like, I wasn't impressed. Your car doesn't impress me. I don't give a fuck what you have.
So he knew how to impress without actually making people think that he was trying to impress.
Correct.
But you knew he was trying to impress.
Well, yeah, I think because that was just part of his nature. He had money, he had this, that, and that's just kind of how he was. And I kind of also called out a couple of things, like. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. The fact of the matter is that, yes, that did happen to me, but I didn't actually sleep with him. But if I think of anything else, I'll let you know at a later time.
All right. I got another question for you. Let's jump to this.
Go ahead.
Have you been in a relationship where the partner was very insecure?
Yes.
Okay. I think the majority of us probably have been in those kind of relationships. Do you feel, a lot of people disagree with me on this one, but do you feel it's the partner's job to secure you?
To secure the insecure?
To make you feel secured, yes.
The partner is, listen, yes, I feel like there is some kind of obligation there, yes. Especially if you really truly care about the person and or love the person and really want to be in a relationship with the person, then yes. I mean, initially it has to be up to that person, but a lot of people have self-esteem issues, excuse me, for, different reasons. And whether it's like because of their body or penis size or whatever, who the fuck, or their hair, anything. It could be anything. So yes, for you to make that person feel more secure in the relationship as a whole, yes, because if you know that your partner has issues, why wouldn't you want to make them feel a certain way and help boost their confidence and everything like that? Why wouldn't you want to help them?
I agree. I mean, I agree with you. And I think a lot of people are probably disagreeing right now. Because
I don't care if they disagree.
A lot of people are going to right away say, oh, it's not my job to make you feel secure. Like, you got to be secure.
It's nobody's job there's a lot to be of people that human.
A lot of people feel that way. And let me tell you, that's the wrong way to feel. Like, you should not. But there are limits to it. Okay, there 100% are limits. I feel it's our job to make each other feel secure, right? Let's put it this way. This is how this becomes. I've thought a lot about this, right? This is how you solve that issue. And when I say there's limits to it, is because let's say me and you, we just started dating. The most important part of a relationship is trust and honesty, right? Be honest. If you're starting a relationship with me, get into it and let me know what you've been through. Okay, I need to know this. Because now, let's say you have told me, I just came out of 2 relationships where I got my heart broken. Obviously there's different degrees of the hurt. Maybe you was with a guy for 3 years that the whole time had another family on the side, and things of that nature, right? That can really fuck you up. That could be very, very traumatic to your mindset. This, at that point, you tell me, this is what I've been through. Now I know what I'm involved in, right? Now it's up to me to say, that's fine. I'm taking that responsibility on as a man. Or I can say, you know what? I don't want to deal with your fucking retarded craziness shit. Okay? That is up to me. But you got to allow me to have that decision to be made. So if you tell me this is what I've done, and now I say to myself, you know what? It's okay. That's fine. I have to go into that relationship knowing that you're probably going to fall into some insecurity issues along the way, right? You're going to probably end up maybe getting jealous over something, maybe start showing some very insecure things that you might do throughout the course of our relationship. But now I know this, right? I chose to say I'm going to accept that into the relationship. So that's when I say it is your job to secure that person at that point. That's your job as a man. You secure your woman, right? Or vice versa. But you secure them because you knew what that person has been through. So if you're coming and you're, maybe you feel like you saw a phone call that didn't sit well. Talk to me. All right. You felt a certain way. You felt jealous about it. You felt, it's all right, darling. You know what? We're going to work through it. Don't worry about it. I get it. I forgive you for overreacting a little bit because I know it's not easy getting over those emotions that have built up from the past. That's my job. My job is to secure you because I chose that route. If you don't,
but I feel that
that's on you now. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I just feel that if you're going into a relationship where you're going to be committed to one another, those things should just happen naturally, and you should want to do those things naturally and without hesitation, whether they have fucking issues or not. Because when you first meet somebody, you're not going to fucking know everything about them and any traumatic experience that they've fucking had. Who knows? Things like that also take time for some people to actually come out to tell their partners things that have happened to them in the past.
Very true. You're right.
So I just think that as you get older and a little more experienced with life, relationships, just everything,
but at what point do you decide to say, okay, I have to let this guy or girl know this has happened in my life? I think we've made that mistake.
That's a case by case. We've all made plenty of mistakes.
But I mean, when I say mistake, I mean mistake of waiting too long to bring that out. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm just saying, okay, but who's to say what is that time limit? What is that what is it? You can't because it's a case by case scenario. Because if let's just say I've dated 20 guys, which we know that it was more than that.
How about a month?
But let's just say,
I think a month is fair. I think within a month, like after a month, you should be able to tell me, because in a month, like when you're out, and I'm talking about where the clock has started. Obviously, you're talking
you think
for.
That I'm gonna fucking? You think that I'm gonna, my everything out to you after just a fucking month? What are you like? Fucking smoking crack or something? What's wrong with you?
But I'm thinking that should be pretty much the time frame. Because anything
for
after
you,
that,
then for you.
No, it's not right though. But, all right, but then that's what I'm saying. So you got to understand now, if that's the case, and now 3 months down the road come, and I break your heart, and you're all in love, now you want to blame me for it.
But why would you break her heart anyway? What are you setting out to already break her heart?
Maybe I wasn't mentally in a place that I knew I was going to have to constantly be securing you. Like, you're not going to fucking tell me, you're not going to be calling me nonstop because I'm having a night out with the guys or I'm doing, no, you're not doing that. Like, you do that to me, then I'm gone because I'm just like, look.
I don't know. Do women still do that to you at your age now?
They that doesn't stop. Depending on, again, their security issues.
Well, maybe you should change the type of women that you date.
I was just going to say that, right? I was just going to say, well, not the type of woman that I date, but I make sure that I make a woman feel secure because that's, again, that is a man's job, right? And when we say that, I have to call you, right? I got to let you know, I'm going to be here, huh? Whatever. You call me, I'm going to pick up the phone. You ain't got to worry about me not picking up the phone because I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing, right? These are the ways you make your partner feel secure. But at the same time, don't call me a million times. That's different, right? And now at that point, that's when it's like, okay, we can't take that. Like I can't take that as a man. I can't deal with that. I know women can't deal with that. So it's like, at that point, that's what I'm saying. Like if we're waiting so damn long before we know what has happened in your past, we're not going to be prepared for those moments when the craziness happens. You know, at least if we're prepared for that, then maybe in my mind I could say, shit, I know she has a lot of fucking issues from her past, but I still care for her. I know she's a good woman. Let me try to help her through that, you know? As opposed to it just coming out of left field and now we're like, oh my God, we got a crazy one here. I got to get the fuck from around here. Yeah. Let me get a yeah one time. yeah. Like, you gotta get that. But listen, we're gonna leave this here. Thank you. Thank everyone for tuning in. MsCarpet, thank you. Can't wait for us to do this again.
Yes.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell your grandma and your great grandma. Trust me, they were freaks probably in their time too, and they probably would love to hear this shit. All right, we're here at There Goes the Neighborhood on Instagram. You can also follow Dom G718. That is my personal Instagram page. And again, please continue to watch, continue to view, continue to laugh, continue to smile, continue to love, and continue to fuck. And we'll talk to y'all later.
There goes the neighbor. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighbor. There goes the neighborhood.